So, Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2025 just ended, and probably the best thing that I got there was the memories of all the awesome people that shared a love of retro video games, and all the viewers that came up to me and said hi. That was really, really good, and that's my big takeaway. But my other big takeaway is this stuff that I got. So one of the themes of Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2025 is the 40th launch of the NES, the 40th anniversary of the original of the Nintendo shipping in New York. And so there was in attendance Lance Barr, the product designer and brand director for Nintendo during the 8-bit and 16-bit era. He actually was the guy who designed the cartridges, the slot, the way that it connected. He is the reason why Nintendo just didn't release the Famicom, that actually redesigned it. And so I got his signature. There was also Bruce Lowry, VP of Sales for Nintendo, and he signed it. And there were also Gail Tilden, the Marketing and Communications Manager who oversaw brand identity and public relations at Nintendo at the time. And she made a little thing called Nintendo Power Magazine and the seal of approval. And so she signed it. So this is a console that I found at Antique Alley in Portland, Oregon, and it was nearly mint, and I went and I got the original, some of the people who were behind the launch of the NES, and I got them to sign it. Video games. First with the cartridges, I got Rescue Mission for the Sega Master System. This is one where you ride around on a minecart to free POWs, and then you have to shoot the surrounding enemies with a light gun. But I got it. GB Genjin, which is the Game Boy game, the first one of Bonk's Adventure. And so I'm really glad to get it on Japanese Game Boy. I had this in a collection, but not on its own. Now, I didn't buy a lot of PC Engine, but I got Military Madness on HuCard for the TurboGrafx 16, and I got it for $30. Aoi Blink, the game that is like Mario 3, well, $15 I got. And for $30, I picked this up. This is a Hori PC Commander, which it was sort of Famicom style. It's got that, I doubt that they could do that D-pad. Nintendo's patents would probably give them a hard time if they tried to do it this year. But this connects to the PC Engine, and I definitely look forward to using it. The scruffiest copy of Super Mario World I've ever seen that actually had dust, and it has a little dust bunny in there, and it was by Tanaka Shunji. And I felt really sorry for this cartridge, so I'm gonna fix it up and put it in a video. Super Mario Brothers 2. This is the Famicom Mini release for the Game Boy Advance, and famously the game that was too difficult for America. And it's yellow because it's like the Famicom disk system. For my friend Dave, who lives in Japan, I got a box copy of Sonic Spinball. Looks really cool, and he lives in Japan but wants to play games that are compatible with his Sega Mega Drive, so I got this for him. So I was given a copy of Barbie Horse Adventures Riding Camp. When I told them about the Good Girl games, well, I have now a donation of a game that I need to cover in that game series. Mod Retro gave me a plastic fanny pack that says, "The future is retro." It is indeed. Pachinko Wars 2 for the Super Famicom. It's a game where you play pachinko, and that's good enough for me, so I had to get it. And I'm super glad that I was able to find A Virtua gun. This is an official Sega Saturn gun controller. This is a Japanese version. I believe we got it that was slightly different colored. But I wanted to get into light gun Saturn games, and so I was really glad to find this. The Evercade VS-R Retro. This is the bundle that just shipped like the other day, and I was really glad to find one. I like playing Evercade on the handheld, but I really would like a way to actually play Evercade games on my TV. So this is retro styled and doesn't come with games that I already have. All right, other retro stuff that I got Coda by Led Zeppelin on cassette tape. And for DVD, I got some Ranma 1/2 Anything Goes Martial Arts, which really wasn't too much. Got a copy of Old School Gamer magazine, which I look forward to checking out. Xiamen, the autograph king, gave me a whole bunch of photos and autographs that I was in. The big takeaway is this thing. Free Geek was selling DVDs and VCRs, and I got a 4-head hi-fi stereo Panasonic VCR with a built-in DVD player. So I'm going to hook this up and get VHS running on yet another one of my CRTs. And it's got the remote. My cat currently has the zoomies. So I bought a absolutely ridiculous amount of VHS, which was cool that I went to a video game convention and ended up buying videotapes, but you know, so what? So I got Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone with Molly Ringwald, which is a wonderfully bad sci-fi movie from the 1980s. My cat just has like level 20 zoomies. My Science Project, which actually was a really cool movie made by Disney, and then they did not distribute it for the longest time, so I was really glad to get it on VHS. Space Truckers. This is a really cool independent sci-fi movie. Yeah, so this is a screener, and I now have a copy of it. This is a really cult movie, but underground sci-fi movie. And then a little underground movie, Clerks. Got it on VHS, black and white, the way it should be. Ewoks. I have got a copy of one of the episodes, Tree of Light of Ewoks, and the box is falling apart, but I just couldn't leave it there. And someone walked up and said, "Hey, I have a free videotape. Do you want it?" And she was really nice. And so I got Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, which I think is the sequel. I got it on VHS. Not to be outdone, I got Sailor Moon, A Star Is Born. Not quite sure if this is like faded out, but it would be really cool. Got an old episode of Sailor Moon. Street Fighter, the movie, famously bad, and I have it on VHS now. And now an actually good martial art movie, Lady Dragon with Cynthia Rothrock. If you are in the know, Cynthia Rothrock is, you know, an action star that doesn't quite get the attention that she deserves because she's freaking awesome and made movies with Michelle Yeoh. Little independent movie called Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I got it because I had the first one. Really cool movie, Gremlins, which initially scared the bejesus out of me as a kid, but I loved it. Gremlins on VHS. And another movie that I love, Kentucky Fried Movie, a surreal comedy, parody of just about everything on VHS. My cat is pawing at my hands because he really wants me to go play with him. Space Camp, really campy movie, and I loved this as a kid, and now I have it on VHS. And finally, Macross Plus, the movie. I really love the soundtrack, love the OVA series, and it is together on VHS. So, this is 8-bit joystick. I have a very, very attention-seeking kitty who really wants me to go play with him. And so, this is 8-bit joystick. Stay awesome. Play retro. You crazy cat. Yes, you want attention.